Well, I've been spending a lot of time making a bunch of these lava lamp blue steel lamps because they never go out when you fill them with lava. And I have been going around and lighting up as many caves as I could possibly find in and around this area. Because the next thing I want to do is actually work on our mob farm that we're going to put right here. And I'm pretty sure I have an idea that will work. Haven't really tested it all the way, but there's really no time like the present. Now, if we look up into our ceiling here, there's this little bump out area, and I have figured out that that is actually an underwater cave. So that's where I'm going to use my water source. And since I can't get the buckets to actually pick up water, and I've even tried in a creative mode with the red steel and it still wasn't working, so there's something that's not working quite right with my version of Terrafirmacraft. But that's okay. I'm going to make an aqueduct powered mob farm. And so I'm going to use this as my source for the water. I'm going to drop a water pillar down here and then fill up a bunch of aqueducts and have those going to basically power the mob farm. And I think it's actually a cool idea too to have a aqueduct powered one. It just feels more authentic than just going around with a bunch of buckets and moving water around. I think it'll be more interesting. But one of the things I needed to do, I've got a bunch of glass, and that took an absolute eternity to make. But we have a bunch of orange stained glass. The reason it's orange is because that was what the default was, and I did not feel like coloring all of them. But I'm also not mad that it's orange because, I mean, hello, orange. It's amazing. And the next thing I need is a bunch of bricks. Now, I think I'm going to just use granite bricks just because I've got a bunch of it from mining around the area, especially from mining up like the gold and nickel and some other, I believe over here is where the silver mine is. And actually, if we get down below, that there is more redstone. So I'm going to probably collect that as well, so I have my redstone that I need for this project as well. But I need to make a bunch of repeaters, a bunch of observers, and then some pistons, aqueducts, and I think I'll be ready to actually build this thing. So let's go down and collect up this redstone so that I can actually start making all of the redstone components I need first. Also, my goodness, is there a bunch of gold on the floor down here. Look at all that. Just gold everywhere. But I'm going to collect up this redstone here, process it, and turn it into a bunch of observers and repeaters. I have the glass I need. I've got the bricks I'm going to build the base of the mob farm out of. Redstone components, a bunch of observers. But one of the things I need to go get is some magma blocks for a kill chamber. So I think I'm going to have to adventure out. I believe, if I recall, I'm underground. Let me get above ground and I will look at the map again. One moment. All right, now I'm going to open up my map here again, and I believe if I go, oh, I haven't had my map updated yet. I believe there's a volcano up to the north around this location. So we're going to go gather some food because I think this is about to expire. And then get in a boat and go get ourselves some magma blocks for our kill chamber. The last missing piece I think that I need. Well, I have to make some aqueducts, but I think I have a bunch of those. But other than that, I think I'm ready. Let's go get some magma blocks. Well, it looks like I was right. That looks like a volcano, and that looks like some magma. And we are basically northwest of the island here. Took a little bit of time to get here, but we're gonna go up and gather a bunch of this lava, or not lava, magma blocks. Just so we have it and don't have to make this trip again. Because that took entirely too long to get here. What is this, dacite? Okay. Ow. Ow, ow. Ooh. Ooh, that is a big volcano. Which means there's a lot of basalt there if I ever need it. I don't have basalt in any of my building plans right now, but I know I can get some now easily. Decisions. I don't think I need basalt, but it's cool. It looks nice. We got volcanoes everywhere. Welcome to Hawaii. Oh, that's a... I just had an idea that we could turn this into like a vacation home. Our Hawaiian vacation home. That's in the north. The North Hawaiian vacation home. Yep. Probably more Iceland. Future Ricky problems. We'll come back to that. Alright, we're gonna make our way back, and I think I now have everything I need to make this build. So that's exciting. I really only needed like 9 pieces of magma, but I'd rather overkill it. Make the trip once. Tally ho home! Let's place our water drum here so we have something to drink. And we've got our magma blocks. I've got some hoppers and minecarts because I'm going to use some hopper minecarts for some of my collection system here. I brought aqueducts, some chests to make a little eventual chest monster, I'm sure. All of our redstone, our observers, we've got our glass, and we've got our blocks. I think I'm good to build. I'll steal my scaffolding that I need from there, and it'll be good to go. So I think I put this off long enough. It is time to build my super efficient, definitely best quality, #1 aqueduct powered mob farm. What could go wrong? I really hope it works, because I have not tested it. Alright, let's do this. Well, here is our beautiful mob farm. In fact, we just saw a mob fall off of this, so we know it is actually working. Now I'm going to go into free cam mode here to actually show how this thing works. So from the ceiling, I have a water source that's coming down and feeding our aqueducts. And along the aqueduct, I have it just falling down into a tiered little system. So each one of these aqueducts adds water to the corresponding floor, and in fact it actually goes to the floor beneath the one that it will be collecting. And on the ends here we have 2 two observers facing each other, creating a quick pulse that is causing a piston to just go at full speed at all times. And when we have our little clock at the top go through our timer here, it will send a pulse through that will actually stop that piston from going back and forth for about 1 second, which will allow water to flow from the aqueduct above down below to push any mobs that spawn down into the bottom here. And around here we actually have another aqueduct system with little square outlets coming around that's pushing all of it into our center kill chamber here. And that's where we're going to be able to collect all of our loot. And underneath that, we just have hopper carts going back and forth and collecting all of our supplies. And now I've had this thing running for about 30 minutes, give or take. And I kind of pulled everything out for about a 30-minute run and got a little over a stack of gunpowder. So it's not the most efficient thing in the world. But at the very top, and it's kind of hard to see from down here, I have a little glass AFK room, but I can only AFK for about 30 minutes at a time before I have to eat because of starvation and hunger in Terrafirmacraft. So it's kind of hard to just sit and AFK overnight. That's not really something I can do, but I can do it when I have other things going on. So I'm going to let this thing go and hopefully be able to collect a bunch of gunpowder over the next several days. And that will allow me to actually move on to some of our other bigger projects. But yeah, this is our aqueduct powered mob farm. It's unique. I'm certain it's not the most efficient thing in the world, but it works. And that's what's just amazing to me. I toyed with adding two side by side in this little area, but I couldn't get the spacing quite right. I didn't want to do a whole bunch of digging. I probably could have, but it's okay. This is perfectly sufficient for what I needed to do. I know it's not the most efficient thing in the world, but I'm not looking for maximum efficiency. I just needed something that worked. So, yay! We have a working mob farm. I might extend the layers a couple more at some point in time. And it should be noted that above there is another cave system that I had to get to from the surface, but it has all been lit up with the lava lamps as well, so we shouldn't have any spawning super nearby. I've got a bunch along there that I had to put up when I had scaffolding around, but if I check with my mini HUD here, the only red I see within reason is the actual mob farm itself. Plus or minus like 1 or 2 squares here or there, but it works perfectly well for what we need. I didn't think about the fact that they could run onto my redstone. That's a little concerning. So I might need to add a little wall or something of glass right before the redstone section so they can't just jump onto that, because our little baby zombie there decided to show a fault in our design. Well, that's okay. We're learning. We're slowly making it better, but I'll just put an extra glass block on top of each of these right by the spawn point. And I think that will allow it to be able to clean up a bit. But yeah, that's our mob farm. Nice. Let's see how much we collected just while talking there, because I had just cleared out the system. The most will be in the middle one. 2 more pieces. So very slowly collecting the gunpowders, which is what I really want the most of. The bones I know Cable wants, so I'll get those for him. The other thing is we now got arrows, so I can make a decent bow, and we can actually go hunting for the big game hunting that we wanted to do in this game. I left all of my armor up in the AFK room. Oh, I need to get that before I forget about it. That I'm glad I just did that and looked, because that would have been super embarrassing. There's a creeper over there. This gets pushed out. I love a random design that seems to actually be working. This is so cool. And we go on up. There is a slime chunk up there. That is interesting. That is very interesting. RAFK room. Yes. Put our armor back on. All right, we are going to collect the gunpowder and let our mob farm do its thing.